Hello everyone, and welcome back to the AZ-900 Azure Fundamentals Masterclass. In our previous lessons, we've learned how Microsoft Entra ID manages users, groups, authentication, authorization, single sign-on, and multi-factor authentication. Now let's answer one final question before we move into our practical lab. Imagine two employees at FITTS successfully sign into Azure. One is an instructor, the other is the IT administrator. Both have been authenticated. Should they both be allowed to delete virtual machines? Should they both be able to create, new storage accounts? Probably not. This is where Azure Role-Based Access Control, commonly known as Azure RBAC, becomes important. RBAC allows organizations to assign the right level of access to the right people. Instead of giving everyone full control, Azure allows administrators to grant only the permissions a user needs to perform their job. This approach improves security, reduces mistakes, and helps organizations follow the principle of least privilege. In today's lesson, we will learn how Azure controls access to resources using roles and scopes. Remember, you've got to understand first, practice second, and conveniently masterable. Let's get started. So welcome back to lesson number 28, where we're looking at understanding Azure Role-Based Access Control, RBAC. And under this lesson, we will look at what RBAC is, what we mean by roles, what we mean by scopes. We also discuss some built-in roles and talk about least privilege, and most of it will be discussed under the practical lab session, but just to give you a general overview or understanding of what we mean by RBAC. So stick and stay, yeah? So Azure RBAC is a system that controls who can access Azure resources and what actions they can perform. So I can create a storage account, assign a user to that particular storage account, and only have access to it by reading the content and maybe probably contributing to it. But that user will not have the ability to create additional storage accounts. So that's what RBAC is for. Control access and what actions you can perform. So let's look at a typical scenario. We've got two employees. One is an instructor, the other is an IT administrator. And they both sign in successfully, which I explained in my introduction. Should they have the same permissions? Then the answer is an obvious no. Okay, so we need to assign them their respective roles. And that leads us to what a role is. So a role is just a collection of what permissions in simple terms. So example is we've got reader, contributor, and owner. So if you're a reader, what you can do is just read the content, but you cannot contribute to it. Neither can you maybe add other users to it. And if you're a contributor, you'll be able to read and also write, but you cannot change, security features of that particular resource. And the owner here is the overall boss who does that. Okay. So reader, you view resources only. Contributor, you create and manage resources. And the owner would have full access, including what? Assigning. So that's essentially how it works. Now let's dive into what a scope is. So permissions can be assigned at different levels. So you've got management group, subscription, resource group, and individual resource. So we'll delve deeper into that whilst we do our practical lab. So what is the hierarchy here? So we have management group first, subscription second, resource group, resource, and that's it. So you need to understand that. And we have this principle of what? Least privilege. So we give users only the permissions they need, nothing more, nothing less. And that makes you efficient. So example is instructor, yours is to read. IT administrator, yours is to contribute, and the cloud administrator, who is the owner, has full access. It's as simple as that. For an example here is that the instructor reader role can view training resources, but you cannot delete these resources. That's it. And why should we even bother looking at RBAC? Because we have better security, easier administration, reduced accidental changes, and meet compliance with requirements. So why do you want to complicate your work if you have this nice feature in Microsoft Azure? Just use it, play around with it. So a real-world example here is we have student viewing training files, instructor upload course material, and administrator manage the Azure environment. So please, don't be confused, okay? So let's look at an AZ-900 thinking moment. So a FITTS instructor should only be able to view Azure resources. Which Azure role should be assigned? We want you to just view. Is it owner, contributor, or reader? You're just viewing. That's it. So global administrator? No. So the obvious answer is what? Reader. So what have we reinforced today? RBAC controls access. Roles define permissions, and scope determines where permissions will apply, and follow the least privilege principle. So that is what it does. Okay. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next lesson where we do the practical. God bless, and see you soon. Bye bye for now.